For years, I dreamed of using Arch Linux, the most powerful, flexible Linux distro out there. But one thing always held me back: the installation process. It felt like trying to climb Everest just to check your emails. And honestly, not everyone is a Linux guru. An operating system should be powerful, but also usable. We shouldn't need to spend hours configuring just to get a working desktop. So, like many others, I avoided Arch Linux. But deep down, I still wanted the freedom, speed, control until now. After a long wait, I finally found a simple, frustration-free way to install Arch Linux, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to do it too. In this video, I will walk you through everything you need. Easy Arch Linux installation, step by step, dual boot with Windows 11 and no data lost. Install YA, the AUR helper to access thousands of user-contributed packages. Set up Pamac, a graphical package manager that makes installing software as easy as point and click. Enable Flatpak for even more apps and freedom. Add GStreamer plugins so your audio and video work perfectly out of the box. And optionally, my personal favorite, install GhostTTY, a modern GPU accelerated terminal for the perfect Linux look and feel. And if you are wondering what makes Arch so different from other Linux systems or even Windows, here is the real beauty. With Arch, your system is always bleeding edge, always up to date. You don't need to wait months to the latest apps, drivers, or features. You get them as soon as they are released. It means your system is lean, fast, and fully yours. No bloatware, no background clutter, no forced reboots. You install you need and nothing else. It feels like the system is made just for you. Whether you are a casual user, a coder, or someone who just wants full control, Arch Linux gives you the power of choice with simplicity and speed. By the end, you will have a smooth, fast, and complete Arch Linux desktop, even you have never touched a terminal before. And then you will finally get to say, I use Arch Linux, by the way. All right, let's start our Arch Linux journey, and it is right from Windows 11. Because we are going to do a dual booting system, right? So first we need to make some space on our hard drive where we'll install Arch Linux. And don't worry, we are not deleting anything from our Windows setup. We just shrink one of our existing partition to create free space. And shrinking means we are craving out some unused space from the existing partition without affecting the files. So to do that, we need to go to the disk management, and to go there, we need to right click on the start button and click on the disk management. And here the disk management opens. So let's make it bigger because I have multiple disks, okay? So I have actually 3 NVMe drive, 1 hard disk, mechanical hard disk, and this one you can see it's 64 gigabyte, and that is for the flash drive, okay? So we need to find out where we want to install. If you want to install it in a separate disk, that's fine. Just click on the separate file and you can just delete that file, that partition, and you can install it there. But in my case, I want to show you how you can do this on the same hard disk, okay? Because most of the people have the one hard disk. And so that here, I need to find the system partition for Windows, and that is here. You can see the C directory is here. So this is the main hard disk I have. So I need to create a space for the Linux, okay? To do that, you can see I have like 930 gigabyte of file size partition. I will shrink this one and find some space for the Linux, okay? To do that, right click here and shrink volume. So it will calculate the hard disk and it will give you how much you can shrink. So I can shrink almost 800 gigabyte, but I only need 200 gigabyte. And 200 gigabyte is like 200 times 1000, but it will give you actually less disk space. To get the exactly 200 gigabyte, we need to multiply 1000 into sorry, 200 with 1024. So let's do that. It's actually going to be 204 800. So let's put it here, 204 800. And if you want to calculate it, you can use calculator, don't worry about it. So let's click shrink, and it will give us a 20 gigabyte unallocated space. You can see here. So our partition is ready for Arch Linux. Let's close this. The next thing, we need to download the Arch Linux ISO. So let's search for Arch Linux. And if you click on the downloads, you will go to the download page. From the mirror, I will select the nearest mirror. I'm from Canada, so I'm just selecting this one. And here you will see a lot of files. So we'll download the ISO file. You can either download this ISO file, or you can download this Arch Linux 8664 ISO file, or with the name. Actually, basically they are both same. So I'm going to download the one with the date. Okay, let's download this. So it will start downloading. In the meantime, we'll download Rufus, because Rufus, we will use Rufus to, burn the ISO to the flash drive. So let's search for Rufus. And if you go there, you will see the download option. So for now, I'm going to download the portable one, and also our Arch Linux is downloaded. So let's open the Rufus. And yes, okay, so this is the Rufus. From here, we need to select the flash drive. So it's already selected. And now we need to select the ISO file. So here is the ISO file we just downloaded. Okay, so let's double click here, and it's selected. So let's start. Okay, Rufus has found updated version. No, I don't want to update right now. So let's start it. And now you can get two options, like write in ISO image mode or write in DD image mode. So it is recommended. So we'll go with the ISO image mode. And yes, this warning says that it will delete everything from the flash drive. So that's fine. Yes. And okay. And it will take some time. So I will first forward this, and we'll be back when it's done. Okay, now you can see it's ready. So let's close it. So our bootable flash drive is ready. If I go there, you can see there is the new file. So this is the new flash drives. Here, all the files are burned. So we'll boot our PC from this flash drive. Okay, so we are almost ready to install Arch Linux. So let's reboot it and boot from the flash drive. Okay, so now I'm booting from the USB. So for that, in my motherboard, I'm pressing F11. It may be different for your motherboard. So please check the manuals. So I'm pressing F11 to boot it from USB drive. And here it is the boot menu. So here you can see I have this Windows Boot Manager, because I already have Windows 11 installed. So the UEFI generic partition 1, this is the USB drive. So I'm selecting this one. And here you can get multiple options, like the install medium with speech, without speech. So I'm going with the first one. So now it is actually booting from the USB flash drive. The Arch Linux is booting now. Okay, so you can see it's booted, and you can see the root at Arch ISO. So it is in the root user for the ISO. So I know it looks very small on the screen. So the first thing I want to do is to increase the screen, the font size. And to do that, I'm using the command setfont and tar 128N. So here, press enter. So you can see the font is bigger now. So just let me tell you one more thing. There's multiple fonts you can select. So first I tried setfont with tar version 32B, V32B, and it was not working on the Arch install. Okay. So I find this font, it is supported by the Arc install, because we will use Arc install to install our Arc Linux. Okay, so just it's a reminder. So we are using the tar 128N. Okay, so now the first thing we need to do is to configure our network. First of all, if you have a Ethernet connection, a physical Ethernet cable connection, you don't need to do anything. It will automatically connect. But in my case, I don't have that. So I need to connect it to the Wi-Fi. So we need to do that first. To do that, we need to use the command iwctl, and it'll go to the IWT. So here, first we need to find our device name. To get this, we need to use the command device list. And you can see we have one Wi-Fi interface. So we will use this WLAN0 for Wi-Fi. And the next thing is we need to scan the Wi-Fi networks. And we need to use our WLAN to find this. To do that, we need to use the command station WLAN0, and command is scan. So it will scan, but you will not see anything because it's actually scanning. I didn't tell it to show the networks. To do that, we need to put the command get networks. So another reminder, I will put all the commands in the description so that you don't need to copy from here. You can just see this process. So here you can get a list of all the networks, and I'm going to select the first one. So to do that, I need to put the command connect and then the name of the network. And now it is asking the password. So I'm going to give the password. And let me exit. And now we need to test it. Okay, so we will ping. So I'm going to use this -C and 3. It is actually telling the ping that it will run 3 times and check, and after that it will quit. So if you don't put that, it will actually continuously run, and you need to close it manually using Control X or Control C. So here ping, and I will check arclinux.org. Let me check this, and you can see the ping is successful. So our internet is working. So now I will update the Arc Linux keyring. So it is a security feature. It will get all the list. So let me do this. So command is pacman -sy arc linux keyring. Okay, so it will update the core and the extras. Yes. So when our list is updated, now I will update the Arc install, because sometimes when you download the ISO, the Arc install is like old version. So I want to get the latest one. And to do that, I will use the command pacman -s and then arc install. And it will update. Yes, you can see the Arc install is updating. It's actually reinstalling the new version. So that's fine. Now we will use the Arc install. Okay. So the Arc install script is running now. And now we can actually select everything kind of interactively. We don't need to put commands here. Okay. So first thing first, if you see this one, on the right side, you can see there's some of them have plus signs and some of them are blank. So the plus signs are automatically by default they are configured. If you want, you can change it, but if you don't want, you don't need to change it. But for the blanks one, we need to go and select something there, okay? Because those are not selected. So let's start from the Arc install. It's showing English, so I'm fine with that. If you need another language, you can go there and select anything, but I'm fine with the English. For the locals, I'm fine with this keyboard. If you need to change it, you can change it. Now the mirrors and repositories, you can see there is no plus signs. So we need to select this. So let's go inside and select regions. And as I mentioned before, I'm from Canada. So I'm selecting Canada for this and then going back. And now we need to configure our disk. Okay. So go there, partitioning. So here, three options: use a best effort default partition layout, manual partitioning, and pre-mounted configuration. The first one is best if you have a separate disk, or if you want only Arch Linux on your system, you can select this and it will delete everything from the hard disk, and then it will create the layout. But in my case, I want to install it beside my Windows 11 on the same disk. Okay, so in that case, I need to use the manual partitioning, because if I use the best effort, it will delete my Windows also. But here in the manual partitioning, for the pre-mounted configuration, for this, you need to actually configure your hard disk before coming here. Okay, but I don't like that. So I want to go to the manual partitioning, and here you can see all the hard disk. And as you know, I actually use the Windows hard disk, and that is NVMe 1. And you can see there is 2 GB of free space here. So I'm selecting this MP600 NVMe, select one. And you can see here that we have all the partitions there, and we have this free one, which is 20 GB. So we'll work on this. The others are very important. Please remember, if you select the others, it will delete and it will create problem for the Windows. We need to go to the free one. Okay. So for the free one, let's press enter. And now we need to make a give the size. So in my configuration, I want a boot partition, a swap partition, and a partition for all of my root and home. Everything I will put in a same root partition. So for the boot, I want to use 500 Mbps. Okay, so let me type 500 and MB. Please remember this. If I put 500 and MB, there is no gap between them. If you put any space or if you put different things, it will show you invalid. Okay, so for now 500 MB, and now we need to select which type of file system we want. For the boot, we want FAT32, and for the mount point, we need to use boot. Okay, /boot. This is the mount point for our boot. Press enter, and you can see it's showing create. So when we confirm and exit, it will create this. So we have 199.5 GB free space now, because we use 500 Mbps for the boot. Now I'm going to press enter again, and now I'm going to make a Linux swap partition, and I want to make it 16 GB. Okay, so press enter. Again, there is no space between 16 and GB. Press enter, and now I will select the Linux swap, because I'm trying to create a swap partition. And finally, you can see I have 184.6 GB free space, and I will create a root partition here. So press enter, and just for the root partition, we don't need to put any size, because if I press enter, it will take the full 184.6 GB. So press enter. And for the file system, I want to use extension 4. And for the mount point, I just press /. So this slash means it is actually root. Okay, press enter, and that's done. Our partition configuration is done, this configuration. So confirm and exit. Okay, I don't want any disk encryption. So go back. So you can see there is a plus sign on the disk configuration. So it's done. For the swap, okay, I want ZRAM. I don't need to do anything here. For the bootloader, we need to change it. You can see it's already in the plus sign. So the bootloader is already selected, but I want to change it. So press enter, and here you can see different bootloader. I want to go with the graph. And for the host name, I want to change it. So I will take Charters for this. Now for the authentication, click enter. and we want to use a root password. So let's create a root password. This is very important. Okay, so put the root password, and now we'll go with the user account. Okay, so for the user account, add a user, and for the user, I want to put this name, my name, and then I want to put the password. And yes, I want to be a super user, and that's it. Confirm and exit. And I don't need the U2F going back. So please remember one, in previous Arc install version, it will not show you authentication. It will show set root password and profile. As root password and user, there was two separate entry here, but now for the new one, it's actually going inside the authentication. So if you don't see authentication but see the root password and user add, then just do this. For the profile, I want to use desktop version, and from here let's go with the GNOME version. And if you want, you can definitely use KDE, GNOME, Hyperland, anything. For this video purpose, I'm going with the GNOME. And now, when I select the GNOME, it will give me two extra options. That is graphics driver. I have the NVIDIA GPU. It's RTX 4080 Super. So in that case, I want to use the NVIDIA proprietary. The proprietary one is always the best one, okay? If you want, you can use the open kernel, open source, but I want to go with the proprietary for the best performance. And now for the greeter, it's GDM. I'm fine with that. But if you want to change, you can actually change SDDM or anything. But I will go with the GDM, and it's good with it works both to GNOME and KDE. So that's fine. So let's go back. Now for the applications, let's go there. Bluetooth. In previous Arc install, those were different things, okay, in the different entries, but here they actually put it together. So for the Bluetooth, would you like to configure Bluetooth? Yes, Bluetooth enabled. Now for the audio, I want to go with the Pipeware, okay, so go back. Now for the kernels, you can select other kernels. So I want to install only one. And for the network configuration, use network manager. It's a GUI graphical interface. I want this. And for the additional package, you can install anything. That's fine. Right now, I am not going to install anything. Okay. Now, for the time zone, you can change the time zone and everything. Now, if you go to install, if everything is fine, you will see nothing showing on the right side. But if there is any problem, they will tell you here that if you forget to put the root password, or if you forget to put the mirrors and repositories or disk configuration, if there is any problem with the disk configuration, it will show alarm here, warning here. But I don't have anything here, so I can press enter and it will confirm everything. Would you like to continue? Yes. And the installation process will start. So it's pretty simple. Before that, when I try to configure this configuration, I delete multiple times my important files. Okay. But now it's way, way better. And hopefully you will get this tutorial very helpful to configure this. Okay. So we need to wait. It'll take a long time. So I will fast forward from here and I will be back when it's done. So in between them, we don't need to do anything. It's actually Arc will do everything for us. So I'm going to fast forward it from here and we'll be back. Okay, so our installation is completed. So hopefully you see how easy it is to install Arc Linux, and it's pretty fast. So just select everything and it will do everything for you. So now we'll do some post configuration. So we'll select chroot into installation for post installation configuration, because I want to install few important things for us. And also I want to configure the dual booting. Okay. So to do that, let's press enter. And now I am inside the chroot. So this is the root. Okay, this is the root of our system, our installed system, not the cd. So here is the difference between the previous root and this root. So here I will install few application, and to do that I will use pacman and -s for installation. And now I want to install a few things like git curl wget. And now three most important things for dual booting, and that is OS prober, then NTFS3G, so that it can see all my Windows files, and then EFI boot manager mgr. Okay, so please remember, previously when I tried this, I put EFI boot and write full manager and it did not work. So the original one is EFI boot mgr. Okay, press enter and it will ask you for the confirmation. Press yes and it will install everything. So you can see there is no error or anything, so it's installed perfectly. So now I will go to the grab and do some modifications. So let's go to the grab directory and I will open it with nano. Nano is built in, so we don't need to install it. Okay, so nano, and then we'll go etc, and then we'll go default, and then we'll open grab. Okay, I will also put this in the comment in the description so that you can just get it. And here you can see it opens the grab file, and I'm going to the bottom, and here with grab disable OS prober false, I want to uncomment this one. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to save this with Control O, press enter and exit it Control X, and it's done. I'm going out from this file. Okay, now I will run OS prober. Okay, OS prober, and it will get the Windows directory. So let's press enter and you can see it's getting the Windows boot manager. That's fine. So it get it. Now I will configure the grab. So the command is grab mkconfig -o / boot, then grab cfg. That's it. Let's run this and it will enter the Windows manager. You can see the found Windows boot manager, and it is adding boot menu entry for this one. That's fine. So our post configuration is done. So let's get exit from here, and that's done. So our Arc installation is fully completed. Now we need to go to reboot the system. Okay. And now for my system, I need to change it from the boot menu from the BIOS, but I want to select the Arc Linux from the boot menu. So I'm going to open this, and the boot menu is opened, and you can see the first one is Windows Boot Manager. And if I want to use the Arc Linux as a default, I need to change it from the BIOS. But for many others, you don't need to do anything. It should automatically open from the Arc Linux. So here you can see the Force MP600. This is the UEFI OS, that is actually Arc Linux. So we need to boot from here. And now you can see here the first option is Arc Linux, and we have also the Windows Boot Manager. So the dual booting is completely working. So let's go to the Arc Linux first. Okay, so let's click our username and give the password, and our Arc Linux is installed, and you are now in the GNOME desktop. So these are the default things we have. Okay, so we have the you can see there is software. It's a GNOME software, so you'll get all the GNOME applications here, and this is the web browser. So it didn't install Firefox or anything. It's the default GNOME browser. Everything is default. So it didn't install anything extra for us. We can actually do whatever we want. Okay. So here, for the first thing I want to do is there is a lot of icons here. So I want to put them in a single. So we already have utilities system. So what I want to do, I will put I will create a directory like a folder for others and put everything, whatever these things. Okay. So let's put this contact and put them together. And you can see it's created a directory type things. I can change the name from here. So I will put others. And now I will put everything here. I just want a clean setup. So settings, I need this multiple times. So settings is here, and the video, sorry, and the camera, the everything, characters, the default things, tools, help, everything is inside the others. Okay. I also need the console. This is the terminal. So I will put it outside and I will put everything inside this htop. I can run htop from terminal. So I don't need them. I don't need Veeam. I can run them. But yeah, I can also put these extensions here and I will keep these two things here. Just make it a little bit organized. So terminal and this one. So also I don't need these calendar things, calculator things. I can search them and I also put them here. But one of the most important thing is console, the terminal. I want to put it here. That's it. That's my simple setup. And you can see it's so clean and whatever I need, most of the things I can get here. So this is the thing. And you can actually go to the software and you can see there is few things you can get here, but not everything. Okay. Oh, there's another good important thing I need to tell you, that it is not connected to the internet right now, because when we select the configure the Wi-Fi, it's for the ISO file for the flash drive. We need to configure it here again. So let's go there, go to Wi-Fi and select our network and give the password. And you see the Wi-Fi is connected. Now, if I open the GNOME software, it should get everything. Okay. So installed, update, up to date, everything is working perfectly. So now the next thing is AUR helper. So why AUR? We need AUR. AUR is the one of the best thing for Arch Linux, because AUR is you can access thousands of user contributed packages which are not available directly on Pacman. Okay, so your option will grow a lot. So we want to install the EA. So let's search here. So here is the thing. If you go there, you can see a single command to install everything. I'm sorry for the first one. So here, this is the commands we need to put. Okay. So if you want to do everything at once, just copy this and just paste it. So I'm going to the Git repository, just paste it, and it will do everything for ourselves. Okay. And also I will put this on the description, so don't worry about it. We need to put the password maybe a few times. And EA is done. So let's go to the home directory. And the second thing is we can use EA from the command line, but I want to use the Pamac, which is a graphical user interface. So let's install it like this: EA -s Pamac. It should install the Pamac. So here you need to select which one you want. So Pamac, Flatpak, everything is here. So I want to select one. I want to install everything and select A for all, and yes. and it should install the Pamac. So here you can select anything. I like the Nard one. So let's press enter and yes, and it will install everything. You can see everything is installed perfectly in our system. So that's actually the most important thing. And now we have Pamac and we have Pamac GUI. So if you go to the application, you can see the add remove software. So here is the Pamac. But before doing this, I also want to install Flatpak. So let's go search for Flatpak. And if you go inside this, you will see the option to install Flatpak. Okay, now let's get set up. And from here, let's select Arch Linux. So this is the simple command. We need to install Flatpak. So let's put paste and press enter and yes. And everything is done. So let's now open the Pamac. And here you can see all the applications you can install here. So let's configure it for the third-party applications. So let's go to the preference and we need to put our password. And here you can see there's options. You can update check frequency and you can automatically download updates. Whatever you want, you can do it from here. Let's go to the third party. And here you can see we have multiple options. We can enable anything like AUR. If you click here, it'll enable AUR and check for the updates. I just want these two. And for the Flatpak, you can select Flatpak here and check for updates. And I don't want Snap, but if you want, definitely you can enable it from here. Let's close this and just refresh the database. So this is pretty simple now. If you check updates, if you see your system is up to date. If you want to update your system, you can come here. You can see your installed application and delete it from here. You can go to the browse and you can search anything. You want to install the media packs so that you can run any of the media files. And to do that, we need to run pacman. I think we need to use sudo pacman -s. And we need to install GStreamer first. Yes. And after installing GStreamer, we need to install few more things. So it should work now. And you can see everything found. Press yes. And it installed everything. I want to reboot the system because we do a lot of things. And I will be back when it's rebooted, okay? Okay, our system is rebooted, so let's log in. And here, let's open the add remove software. So I will add and add some applications here. So first of all, let's install Ghost TTY because I really like this one, sorry. And you can see it's showing where it found. So the first one is fine. So let's select this. And also let's install Brave browser. And you see it is now showing the Flatpak, FlatHub. After rebooting this, the FlatHub repository actually enabled. So let's select this. So for now, I want to install these two. Press apply. We need to put the password. And now it will ask the summary, apply, and it will install everything. So it's pretty easy now. Everything is with the user interface. You can do anything with GUI. So that was our purpose, to install Arch Linux the easiest way and dual boot with Windows 11 and configure it so that we can use it without the terminal, most of the things. Okay. So let's close this. And now if I go there, you can see we have this Brave browser and Ghost TTY. So I will replace the built-in browser with this. So let's unpin this. And also the built-in terminal with Ghost TTY, and just unpin this, and this is our system. You can now use it for your daily purpose, and you will get all the latest and greatest applications, bleeding edge applications. So that's all for today. Guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It's almost a new channel, but I'm trying to build effective tutorials, how-tos, so that you can follow and do that, copy that. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot for my channel. And thank you. Have a good day.